Hall of Trials Fastus. We got an easy one this week, guys. This week, warriors are the favored class. You can't use mages or rangers or you die, and if you have buffed warriors on your team, 2 buffs or more gives you double attacks, 3 buffs or more gives you triple attacks on your S1 skills. Also, if they're ice units, they get a 40% boost to damage, so ice warriors are the way to go. This is the team that I went with. You can replace any of these units except Diane with Sigrid, and you could replace Diane with Singelica. I purposely took her shoes off because she's just too darn fast. Need to slow her down. 190 speed is kind of the target range for a base speed rem. I put her on her EE that boosts CR, and I gave her Warhorn to help her with pushing in between break phases. Doris likewise takes her shoes off. I gave her the Midnight Bloom artifact. This will help make up for the fact that my rem is my Wyvern rem and only has 85% crit chance. Bloom gives you an additional 16% crit chance at max limit break, so that can help make up for those crit stats. This is my standard Wyvern 13 rem. You don't need pen set on her. The pen set just helps clear between the break phases. 85% crit chance is not a problem because of Midnight Bloom. I switched her from Daydream Joker to Cruel Mischief to increase the damage output. Daydream Joker doesn't do anything in Hall of Trials. This is my standard Guild Wars normal arena Luna. I put her on her self-pushing EE, which is important. All those double hits stack that self-push, so it's really good. And I changed her from Portrait to Symbol of Unity to help secure her damage output even in the break phase. Since I've got Midnight Bloom, you could roll her crit chance down a bit to try to bring your stats up more. You do not need to have units this well built. My score is more than double what you need for Triple S Plus, and there is no dagger sicar threshold for this, so all you need is a team that can get you to Triple S Plus. At the start, Diane uses her S2. This will get rid of all of the buff block debuffs. I'm going to hesitate on using my Doris. I had to S1 Fastus because I might have accidentally killed one of the front eyeball mobs, and you want to make sure Rem is the one who does the first kill. That activates Demon Mode, and this S3 from Luna will push me into the break phase. You may or may not need that initial area of effect attack from Rem to get that Luna to one-shot into the break phase. If you need it, you'll just have to keep restarting until Rem counters Fastus's first attack. Now that we're inside the break phase, Luna or DN cuts, puts her buffs up. That gives Rem 4 buffs that lets her attack 3 times, and she double attacks because of Demon Mode, so she attacks 6 times. And that's what makes Rem so incredibly broken for this phase. 1.8 million just from Rem. Try to get a dual attack off DN, but nothing. Doris is tuned properly so that she can put her buffs up. That gives 3 buffs to Luna, and I got the 5 hit. If you really want to min-max the score, you keep restarting till you get a 5 hit out of Luna. The 3 hits are a little disappointing. I'm going to go ahead and have DN push up. And it looks like I have 2 more attacks, which is perfect because Rem gets to do her 6 attacks again. And now if I get another 5 hit off Luna, that would be great. It's a 4 hit, I'll take it. As long as it's not a 3 hit. Well, I mean, really, I'm already at Triple S Plus, so you can just do 3 hits if you're only going for Triple S Plus. I'm going for a relatively high score here. We've exited the break phase. Fastus strips everybody again. It ignores ER in case you decide to use Singelica in place of DN. By the way, Singelica is a solid replacement for DN.
Don't be scared.
If you're running DN, you do not really need to run Doris. Doris just helps speed things along. The team comps for this fight are going to be DN plus what you see here, or replace any of the units other than DN with either Shu or Sigrid. And if you want to replace DN, you put Singelica in her place and you keep Doris, and your 2 warriors are going to be any of the 4 warriors I mentioned, Luna, Sigrid, Rem, or Shu. Any combo like that should easily push you to dagger sicar if you've got the units decently geared and you get relatively lucky on your hits and your tuning's fine. I went with this team specifically because I didn't have to re-gear any units for it. I mean, other than taking the healer's shoes off and swapping some artifacts around, I wanted to stick with units I had built normally because there's no free unequip this week. I don't know if there's going to be one next week, and I didn't want to waste a scroll on this, so there may be better teams, but this is the one that I stuck with. Now I'm taking my sweet time burning through Fastus because I want to give Rem enough time to cycle her demon mode back on. A lot of people don't realize that Rem can get demon mode back again after she takes enough turns. She can.
Do you believe in me? I will shatter you.
May despair.
So as long as Fastus does his area of effect attack, his ultimate skill, twice, you should be close enough to have your demon mode go off a second time. So now I'm just going to try to get Fastus down to the point where I can one-shot him. One-shotting Fastus will kill the ads. The ads will proc... The ads dying will proc demon mode, and I'll be inside of the break phase. You don't want demon mode to proc and then she takes a turn, or you lose one round of demon mode inside of the break phase, and that's huge. That takes 3 of your 6 attacks away.
You can call me Magical Girl D.
Don't be scared.
I don't want to use Rem's S3 yet, because I'm worried if I kill one of those eyeball ads, I'll proc her demon mode, and I don't think I'm close enough to push Fastus into the break phase yet, so I'm going to stall one more round. I'm going to save my S3 because I want to launch that inside of the break phase so I get longer usage out of it.
New magic nearby.
That barrier is a bit of a problem, but I'm really in no danger of dying, so I'm not in any kind of a hurry.
More magical power.
Ridiculous.
Okay, you know what? I think I'm close enough now. If I kill one of the ads, that's okay, because I'm pretty sure Luna will be able to push me into the break phase from here. Just to make sure everything lines up, I'm going to push Luna to the front of the line, and she can use her S3, which should definitely push me into the break phase. So timing this is the trickiest part, making sure that you have enough turns gone by that Rem's demon mode will proc, like there, and to make sure your DN goes first to get the buffs up to allow you to do the multiple attacks. There's 4 buffs on Rem, so she'll be able to do her multi-attacks, and Doris should be in front of Luna, so she'll be able to buff Luna, so everything looks lined up well. Unfortunately, that dual attack was with DN, but you know what? Damage is damage, I'll take it. Okay, so I'm going to use the S2 to push up because I want to make sure all my warriors get a chance to move as quickly as possible. Doris applies her extra buffs. Now Luna has her 4 buffs required to do her triple attacks. I got 4 attacks off of it, so that's nice. And by 4 attacks, I mean Luna, when she hits, can either hit with 3, 4, or 5 stabs with her spear per round. So her damage is a little RNG tied. So what I meant was she attacked 3 times because of the buffs, and her attack was the 4 stab attack each time.
Don't be scared. Back up.
And there's a 4 stab attack again, so that's not bad. Of my 4 break phase Luna attacks, I got 1 5 stab and 3 4 stabs, so that gives me really good damage output. I'm on track to easily push 10 million by the, well, not quite by the end of the second break phase, but pretty close. Now with 2 healers, it should be relatively easy to push all the way to the end of this, so I just play a safe game and don't take any risks with my units and push this all the way to the end, and I'll probably kick into about an 11 million score, which is almost 2.5 times what you need for triple S plus. So I think this team is pretty accessible at about any level of gear. So I don't have much left to talk about here. This team is pretty much on autopilot. I suspect I could actually hit auto and probably still complete. But I will go ahead and go over some options, I guess. I've already discussed these throughout the video, but if you are missing any of these units, here are some options. You can drop Doris and put in either Shu or Sigrid. The missing extra buffs will be made up for by the unit's extra damage. If you're missing DN, you can replace her with Sinful Angelica. She's got the cleanse on her S3, she gives everybody the attack buff. It's only one buff, but it's still enough to get everybody going on multiple attacks. If you're missing Rem, you can replace Rem with Sigrid or with Shu. You'll notice a reduction in damage from it, of course, but you don't need to get 10 million, you only need to get 4.5 million to get maximum reward. If you're missing Luna, you can replace her with Sigrid or Shu. Something to note about Sigrid is when she does her S2 attack, she will follow up with her S1 attack, and that will count. So she'll S2 and then she'll S1 into multiple S1 hits. So that's a viable option for good damage if you're missing a Luna. In fact, a rage set Sigrid might even out damage Luna. Would definitely be a little bit more stable, and Sigrid's S3 is phenomenal damage in between the break phases. Once you stack up some debuffs, you can use her to push phase pretty easily.
I sense new magic nearby.
So here we are at the end. I'm holding back on using my buffs because Fastus is going to get one more ultimate attack in, which will strip everything away, and I want to be able to put things back.
You can call me.
So DN once again can heal off the buff block, and
Don't be scared.
I got demon mode a third time. Anybody that says demon mode can only ever proc once isn't paying attention. So Luna does her S3, it finishes the fight at 11.183 million points. And this score could have been higher. If I sat here and redid this fight over and over again to try to get better chance at 5 procs on Luna, I might have been able to push even higher. But you know what? I'll take the top spot, even though it's very likely I'll get pushed out of that here before the end of the day. If you have any questions about this fight, ask them in the comments section, and I hope this helps you get your Holo Trials reward to Triple S Plus this week. Have a great one.